couple minutes early. I was not able to get on YouTube for some reason earlier this morning. I'm hoping that it was working this time and that people will start filing in. I'm so excited to be here. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'll wait just a couple minutes while everybody filters in. We have a lot to talk about today. I'm really excited about this topic. Very excited about this topic. Okay, there we go. Hi, Liz. On the other one. Oh, I hope everybody knows to come to this one. Liz, if you're on both, is there a way for you to go and let everybody know that I'm over here? I don't know what happened. Hi, I'm glad you're here. I hope everybody is able to come over. I hope I'm not going to have a problem here again. Oh, Liz, I hope you're not the only one going to show up because that other one, there we are. Hi. Oh, thank you. Hi, Lynn. How are you? I hope this works. I wish I knew how to get off of that other one. I don't know if I can. Okay, I'm going to try. I don't know if I can open this up twice, but let me see here. Let me see. Oh, I see here. I want to edit. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that takes care of it. I deleted it, so hopefully people will know to come over here. Oh, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I'm very excited about this topic, you guys. Very, very excited. Oh, really? The third one? Shoot, I don't know how else to do it. Okay. It says I've got 4 people on, but I only see 2. So I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, this morning I was trying. There we are. No. Oh, Andrea, I'm so sorry. I was trying so hard to get it going right. Because this morning I could not get it on YouTube. It was only working on StreamYard. Now I finally am able to do it, and now I'm having problems. People coming on and being notified. I don't know what to do. Andrea, is this the only one that you see that's on there by any chance? Do you know? Hi, Tammy. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. You guys remember to give me the thumbs up. Maybe it'll show better on the other, if there's any other notifications or anything, that people will come over to this one. Liz and Lynn and Andrea and Tammy, can y'all still hear me? Okay. All right. Good. All right. Good. Good to know. Good to know. I'm trying to find some patterns here. Hopefully I'll be able to find what I'm looking for. Not seeing them right offhand. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm very glad y'all can still hear me. These are all the old ones. This is bumming me out. Bumming me out. I don't know how to notify anybody else, though, on the, you know, how to let them know that I'm over here. If y'all have any ideas, please let me know. I think I just did this one here. Oh, this is really bumming me that I know there's several people that have wanted to come back here, but how do yeah, you guys, I can't share it. I don't think I can share it from here. Wait a minute, let me see here. Oh, okay, hold on just a second. Maybe I can. Okay, I just posted it to my Facebook page. Thank you so much for that idea. I wish I could, I don't know how else to share it or where else to share it. Hi, Bev. How are you? Hi, Deneen. Yes, we're live here. Live. We're live. Yay. I'm hoping that that we'll get some more people coming in. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted only because I'm trying to find a couple of patterns that I know I had made copies of, and I don't know what I've done with them. Oh, I don't know how you found me either, honey, but I'm sure glad you did. There's Laura. Oh, I'm glad you're able to join me, Laura, sweetie. Thank you so much. Hey, I missed last night. Did you get a lot of money in last night? Dittmer is Bev. Oh, Erica, I am so sorry. I'm glad that y'all are popping in. Make sure you give that thumbs up just in case that is going to push any kind of recommendations or something because people are not getting notifications. Hi, Carrie. How are you, dear? Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. What'd you guys think of that total? Laura, that's great. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Now, do you have one more week to go? Like, you're going to be doing it next week too, right? So you can still actually get more than that, right? I am so glad. I'm getting goosebumps for you. Oh, I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. You know, I wanted to donate something. I just don't know if I can afford the shipping to ship it to whoever. That's the only reason I didn't do it. I'm sorry. It's one of the last ones I got. Next live to raise money on Friday at 3 Alaska time. Yay! Okay, good. So there's still time. Oh, I'm still working then. Oh, wait a minute. Alaska time. That's like 6 p.m. I can still make that. I am going to put that on my calendar to make sure I get there. Oh, you did you get them today? Because I thought you were supposed to be getting them. I'm so glad you like them. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I love mine. I love mine. Oh, my word. I'm excited for you too now. I'm so excited. So excited. You're making a wrap. Ooh, have you practiced? Like, what kind of stitch are you going to use? Have you decided? Okay, Liz. All right. I'm going to be talking a lot about that. I really am because I know a lot of people are facing this problem. Yeah, I imagine that's probably the best way to do. Which wrapper you want to see? Denise's wrap that she's making. Well, she just started her wrap with the Tunisian. Oh, that's going to be so gorgeous. I can't wait to see it. Okay. Well, hopefully more people will pop on here once I hopefully they'll get notified. They might not get a notification. I just hope they remember that it's around this time. Okay. So the topic is, and I got it from a, I printed out a blog post. Okay. Hi, Lou. How are you, girl? It's called Hugs for Your Head. That's the name of the blog post, Hugs for Your Head. And this article is like 9 years old. 9 years old. Thank you. I appreciate that, Deneen. So I read it. A lot of people had been posting it on different Facebook groups. And so I'm thinking right now, everybody's talking about, this hashtag Scorched Earth Challenge, which I have not I'm not necessarily participating in. But I know it will be helpful for all of you that are actually doing that. And for those that are having or trying to put together some kind of yarnscape, whether it's a small one or you're doing a whole new room. I'm speaking to myself as I'm talking. I'm really trying to learn something here. So the thing is that we need to understand why we buy yarn. That's basically, there's different reasons. Different people buy yarns for different reasons. Okay. Some people buy it because it's a good value. Some people buy yarn because it makes them happy. Some people buy it because it really is retail therapy and they're needing some. It is a real thing. I don't know if the doctors say it is or not. I don't know, but I know it's a real thing. When you're feeling down, you're feeling low, you just need to lift your spirits because you're just in a cranky mood. Going to a yarn store for many, oh, Lou, that is so sweet. Thank you. But some people just need that going and surrounding themselves with yarn at a yarn store. It helps them. Some people go online to shop for yarn. Some people go to the store. Whatever it is, we have to figure out why we have what we have. Okay, so that is the number one question. And so in trying to figure out how to accumulate yarn, to get more yarn, we need to understand why we get yarn to begin with. That's basically what this first part is all about. I sure hope more people come in because this is going to be such a great topic. If anybody is able to hook up to anything on Facebook or any of their channels, just real quick to let everybody know that I'm on live. For those that I know, there's a lot of people that normally come in around this time and I don't see them. So I'm thinking that they did not get notified. That I would really appreciate that. So, so all the yarn you see here and what you can't see behind Fancy here, everything falls into one of three categories. And I think if you look in your yarn stash, wherever it is you have your yarn stash, whether it's a corner, whether it's a room, whether it's a wall, whether it's under the bed, no matter where it is, you have it. It's there for one of three reasons. Okay. Is everybody still here and following? Either should I wait just a few minutes to start or should I just keep going? Okay. All right, Laura. I'm all yours. I'm all yours. Okay. So the first reason people buy yarn is out of loyalty. Okay. So there are certain manufacturers, there are certain dyers, okay, great. Okay. There are certain dyers, there might be a certain yarn store, there might be maybe a subscription box that you go to because you want to support them. Okay, you want to be loyal to them. For instance, I would classify Knit Crate as one of those. Crochet Society. Hi, Amarina. Let's see here. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. Who else? Okay, any of the subscription boxes, Leather Company, the boxes, not the actual companies that sell yarn. Hi, Wendy. So anyway, that's one way. Another way is like if you have a local yarn store where you know that you can go and you want to support your local yarn store. Because you don't want to see them go out of business. Okay, that's you're purchasing yarn from them out of loyalty. Let's say there are indie dyers on Etsy that you buy from. That's another reason you buy yarn, because you're trying to support that particular dyer because you love the yarns that they put out. So, okay, so that's the first way that we accumulate yarn. The next one is out of practicality. Okay, that what we mean by that is that, okay, you know that you make let's say you know all you make are blankets, and so you go and you make sure you get yarn that is the acrylic wool that you always use because you know you're always going to use it. So you have it in your stash, so you don't have to go out. So you just go buy a whole bunch at one time, and you know you have that acrylic color, the yarn, whatever, for that particular project. Like, for instance, if you are, let's say you're determined to make 50 hats for Hat Not Hate by the end of the year. I don't even remember when it cut off, but let's just say within a year. You might end up going to the store to go buy like 15 skeins of yarn that are blue to put on your shelf because you know you're going to need it for your next hat. You see what I'm saying? Or let's see, what's another one? You know, okay, I don't know. I know that Erica is a knitter. Anyone else a knitter? That those that knit, you know, you might have you might be working on a pair of socks and you want to make sure, because you really like that pattern, you might end up going to get that particular yarn. You might just go to the store to make sure you have plenty of that yarn to back up, because you know you're going to need more of it as soon as you finish this pair of socks. Yes, Deneen, like your pocket shawls. If you know you're going to be making 6 more pocket shawls in the next month, you want to make sure you have the yarn that you need and the colors that people might ask for. You will have them there for that very reason. So first of all, you shop for yarn out of loyalty. Next, for practicality. And the last one is for economy. And I know a lot of people out there, a lot of yarny channels, and I'm going to include myself in this particular one too, is that you just want to build up your stash because the prices are just unbelievable. Now I'm talking like the Lion brand 5 for $10. I'm talking Hobby Lobby clearance. I'm talking Joann clearance. I'm talking about, you know, those huge clearance sales where you just stock up because you can't beat those prices. And so you just get as much as you can because you know the prices are never going to be that low again. And so you put it on your shelf and you have this huge amount of stash. Okay. So those are the 3 reasons why most people, one of those 3 reasons, or maybe all 3 of them, why we build up our stash. Okay. Any questions, comments? Tell me which way you find yourself mostly buying the yarn. Do you, or is there one specific, or do you do all of them? Loyalty, practicality, or economy? Erica, you do all 3? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Practical and economy. Yes, economy. Hi, Terry. How are you? Yeah, a lot of people shop for the economy, okay? And not saying that there's anything wrong with any one of those, okay? We're just trying to understand who we are. Um, well, Bev, I think the reason is that they probably have the space, okay? They have the space and they want to build up their stash because, yeah, like I'm going to give you a couple of examples, okay? So, Erica, I know on here, Erica, and I know Natalie from Natalie's Closet. I know those two specifically go to local yarn stores to support the specific dyers, okay? If you go to an Etsy store because you've bought some of their yarn before and you know you like it. Okay, all right, Laura, you're on the right track then, because yeah, I mean we're gonna get to that. Yeah, well, see, there's different reasons. So basically, Terry, you're saying that you treated yourself to ice yarns for the stimulus check because so that would be out of economy. You're trying to get the best bargain. You're trying to get the yarn in. You don't necessarily have a project in mind for it. You just want to fill up your stash. So there are people who specifically buy just out of loyalty for that particular dyer or that local yarn store. Does that make sense? There you go, Lorley. That's another way to do it, right? Exactly. That's another reason to have it. Yeah. So yeah, and a lot of people, okay. Now, the other thing I want us to take into consideration is the space that we have. Some people can do this for economy. Some people cannot do it for economy. Some people have to do it just for practicality to purchase yarns only when they need it. Okay. But, you know, like I said, there's different ways people bring their stash into their home. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I want to read this one particular paragraph that she wrote, okay, after she lists all these different things. Lorley, I live so far away from the store. I like having the basics. So if I have an idea, I don't have to wait for the mail. Yes. And Marina says, when I was buying yarn, I bought what was pretty on sale and build up different weights and such. Yep. There you go. That would be under that economy. Liz said, I think this is why I need to buy the type of shelving that you have so I can see my yarns and tell myself I don't need to buy any more now. That's a great idea. Yeah, because if it's put away in tubs or if it's put away in a closet, you don't see it all the time. You don't remember what you got sometimes. Bev, oh, I accept all reasons, excuses for buying yarn. I love it. I love it. Oh, yes, and we do that too, don't we, Laura? Start buying just for a project, then you went a little too far. So, like you're saying, oh, I need 5 balls for a project, but it's a really, really good sale, so I'll get 10 balls of it instead. Oh, Crystal Lynn, yes, I got your email, but I wasn't able to get to it because I went to my mom's as soon as I hung up, and I just got back right before I went live. But I will share it, okay, I will share it in the Facebook group, okay? So here is this what I want. This is what I wanted to read, okay? Except that following line of thought about, you know, stocking up now, okay? She says, even if you only spend half what you would on the superwash wool, you're going to come home with 3 times as much yarn as you needed. Okay, let me read that again. Even if you spend half of what you would, okay, so you would say you would normally spend this, just pretend this is a superwash wool, okay? And you spend maybe, let's say $30. I'm just giving you a visual picture. Let's pretend this is $30. Well, if you could spend 25 versus 30, you'd have 3 times as much yarn, right? That's what she's trying to say, okay? So even if you spend half of what you would on superwash, you're going to come home with 3 times as much yarn, right? You will have forgotten that square footage of your home has value too. Okay, think about this too. This is what those of us that have just a very limited space for yarn, okay? After a few more shopping trips like this, you're going to have a tub, a whole big tub of low-priced yarn that you'll use sometime, and it's taking up valuable real estate right now. That it's just, we're not saying right or wrong. We're just saying that this tends to happen. Hi, Sandra, how are you? Oh, you're destashing yarn across town. So does that mean you're taking some of your yarn to other people? Is that what you're saying? You're getting rid of some of it? So that is just a, just a thought, okay? It's just a thought. Okay, so the next thing is categorizing yarn. Yeah, but when was the last time you've been out in the she shed, Erica, to see all the stuff you have? I've seen those hauls you've been making lately. Okay, Crystal Lynn, great. Oh, that's wonderful. So you're making room for more yarn, right? Hey, Kathy. Froggy Raid, yay. Hi, Susan. Hi, Crafty Bones. Well, we are talking, let me just recap just very quickly. I won't go into the details of it. I won't start again. There's 3 reasons how we build our stash. We build our stash out of loyalty to either an indie dyer or a local yarn store. We, number 2, out of practicality, because we need that particular yarn for a project, or we need it very soon. We know that we're going to be doing it next and somebody's asked for it, okay? Hi, Froggy. Then the 3rd reason is out of economy, or let's just be real. We love the sales. We love the cheap yarn, not cheap yarn. We love inexpensive yarn, right? There you go, Deneen. Awesome, awesome. Hi, Kitty Mom. So those are the 3 ways we get our stash. So now we're going to talk about categorizing it. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking necessarily about like weight, okay? I'm talking about well, let me just go over it, okay? So knowing what brought stash into your house gives you some power over the yarn, and that's such a power that has become such a power over you. Okay. Hi, Perkins Fly 4. David, right? David. So let me say that again. Knowing what brought stash into your house gives you some power over the yarn that's had such a power over you. Okay. So if you have been buying all this yarn because it's been expensive, or excuse me, inexpensive, and you've got it on clearance, and you've got all these things. Hi, Shell. You've got all these things. Susan, if you're talking about this cardigan, I don't have a tutorial for it. I will be talking about it in a future video, okay? So this is interesting. It has power over you, okay? So let me just, I've been doing some research on the word slave, okay? It's scary. And not in scary, because the original word slave had nothing to do with race. It's nothing racial about it. Okay. It had to do with servants and masters. And I study scripture, I read my Bible, and something that I read, it basically said, you are a slave, you are you, whatever you serve or whatever you go overboard about actually has power over you. That's very psychology based, and I don't want to go into that. But if I know that if I think that my yarn has power over me, and I say, that's just the stupidest thing. I can go in and I can buy yarn if I want to, or if I say, I don't have to buy yarn. But if it's still calling out to me and I'm still buying, even though I know I don't really need it, who's really in charge, right? So it's just a thought. It's just a thought. Okay. Now, I'm not saying don't go out and buy yarn. That's not what I'm saying here, because I'm telling you what, I'm still going to be buying yarn. But maybe after I get done with all this today, maybe we can look a little bit and see, okay, wait a second. I can be smarter about what I do and still buy yarn, but I can be smarter about it. That's what we want to do. Okay, so I want us to take a look. Thank you, Kitty Mom. I want us to take a look. If you're not in your yarn area, take a mental look at your yarn area, at your yarn, and see if it falls into one of these. How many categories? 4 categories. Okay. The first one is, I should be like Kristin Omdahl and have some kind of a board here to show to read. I don't know. Is it something that you love, but you're not going to use? Is it something that you love, but you're not going to use? Do you go into a store and you buy 15 hanks, or no, not hanks, skeins of Unforgettable, and you bring it home because it's the most beautiful color in the world, but you realize, wait a second, I hate roving yarn. I'm never going to use this, but it's so pretty and it looks so pretty on my shelf. Okay, so do you have any yarn that falls into that category? Yarn that you love, it's so beautiful, it feels amazing, but you know you're not going to use. It's like that beautiful hank of Malabrigo. I mean, you spent $20 or $25 or $30 on this hank of Malabrigo yarn. Some people will do that. I know I did it once. But you spend that much money on one hank of yarn and you're going, there's only like 300 yarns in here. What am I going to do with this? I don't use fingering weight. I can't use fingering weight, but it's so gorgeous. I couldn't say no, right? Hi, Samantha. So do you have any yarn that fits into that category? You love it, but you're never going to use it. Okay. All right. Here's another one. Is it something that you don't love, but you use it sometimes? I don't love this yarn, but I know I use it sometimes. Like, for instance, let's say you get a good sale on a lot of wool yarn. You know, like that Woolies Thick and Quick, you know, that has some wool in it. Or another kind of wool blend yarn. What are you sorry for, Samantha? So, oh, Erica, yeah, no, not you. Ha ha ha. So is there stuff that you buy and you go, well, I might use that. I sometimes I'll make hats for like gifts, so I it's not my favorite to work with. It's too stiff. Or what about, you know, certain acrylics? Is there a certain acrylic that you buy and you just don't really like working with it? You don't like it, but you think, well, I know, you know, people might ask me to make a hat or a scarf, and I need that acrylic yarn. So, number one reason, or you know, how you categorize is the yarn something that you love but you'll never use? Number two, is it something that you don't love but you use sometimes? Oh, Liz. That might be interesting. We might talk about something like that. That's a good one. Hi, Wanda. Excuse me. My throat is getting very dry. Last week, after the live I did with Ginger, I got off the live. I went into the other room and I was going like this because I couldn't talk. It took my voice away. Woo! Okay. So where was I? Let me give you an idea, Liz. If it's something that you don't want to use, but you want to keep it as a souvenir, why do you not want to use it? Think about that. Why do you not want to use it? Is it because you don't like it, that you don't like the colors of it? You don't like the weight of it? What is it about that particular yarn that you don't like? Hi, Nancy. Okay, so the next one is you might use it, but not for the thing that you intended to use it for. Because remember, we went over that one reason why you buy something is for practicality. Let's say you wanted to make, okay, like in Denine's case, let's say she bought yarn to make another pocket shawl. Okay, let's say she bought some really pretty, I've got some Arabella up there. I'll show you here in just a minute. Maybe she got some Arabella yarn and she was going to make a pocket shawl with it. And all of a sudden she starts looking at it maybe 5 months down the line. I know I wanted to do something with that, but I don't want to do that. I'll use it for something else instead. Okay. Awesome. Deneen, you're doing amazing. Good for you, honey. Good for you. Good, good, good for you. Okay, now here's the fourth category, all right? And this is self-explanatory. You love it and you're going to use it. You love it and you're going to use it. Okay? And let's try. Hi, Sylvia. Good afternoon to you. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. So I think in a way, we ought to be able to put a timeline on this. I love it and I'll use it. Because if we don't put it, I'll use it by, and put like an expiration date on it, maybe it's not something that we wanted right now. Maybe it falls into that other category that I'll use it for something else. Liz said, oh no, I love everything about it. I just want to keep as a souvenir, just like the stitch markers that I won from Julie, the Whippy Chick Crochet. I haven't opened it. Okay, let me give you a suggestion. Now, this is merely a suggestion. All right, Liz, I don't know what kind of yarn it is. I don't know what the sentimentality is, but for me, I know if somebody gifted me, and somebody did gift it to me, I'll show you here. Here is this Knit Craft Shiny Dancer. Okay, it is a 50-gram ball. There's 145 meters, so there's about 155 yards. Okay. Hi, Carol. Samantha says, hi, Sylvia. Hi, Carol. Okay, so I love this yarn. It is so beautiful. But I'm looking at it and I want to use it. I love it. I know who gave it to me, and I want to remember that person. It's got sentimental value, but, hi, Kim. But the thing is do you think the person that gave it to me would be happier seeing it on my shelf or knowing that I worked it up? More than likely, it'll be the latter. And you got to think of it that way. Now, I know this isn't enough to make anything with. Not for me anyway. 140 yards of a number 4 weight yarn is not enough to make something, to crochet something with. But I know that if I put it with other yarns and make something, I can make something lovely. Yeah, a lot of money was spent on the gift for you, and they would really, maybe they want to see you make something with it. And wouldn't it be lovely? I'm just imagining this. Okay, so somebody gifted me this, and I'm going to find the other ones. Hold on. Somebody gifted me these. These are Gazelle Rock and Roll. One of each. There's nothing I can do with those, right? So why couldn't I put all 3 of those together and make something really sweet and special? Just a thought. I know that it's hard when somebody gives you, especially if it's a really nice hank of yarn, and you go, oh man, this is so cool. But I know for me anyway, if I sent something to someone and they really, really liked it, I would hope that they would make something with it. Just me. But so that's not enough to make something. That's not enough to make something. But all 3 of these together would make something really nice. And I could still remember the person that gave me this. And I could also remember the person that gave me these. Right? just a suggestion. I'm not telling you what to do with your items. It's just a suggestion, okay? So now, now I want you to think about this, and this is the big thing. Oh, Laura, thank you. Have some fun and relax getting your nails done. Yay! Bye, honey. So here's the last question. Okay. So what am I going to make out of those 3 balls? That is a very good question. Good question. I'm not sure. But I will, because you know what I did? I had another person gift me 1 and 1. So now I've got 2 of these each and 1 of the purple. And I think those colors go really lovely together. I really think, yes, a shawl would be pretty. And I think they're made out of the same material. Ooh, Kim, right? Right. Oh, and you know what else I have? I have this. This is wool-like acrylic. It's a #1 fingering weight. And if I put that, pair it up with this, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Yes. Okay, you sold me. Now there's one more thing to do. Okay, so let me, I'm going to pop those down there real quick. But that leads me to this last question, right? Here it is. Hi, Navy. Is it Navy Frick? Oh, okay. Frick Crochet and Craft with AJ. Hi, AJ. How much time do you have to crochet? How much, or knit, or Tunisian, whatever your pleasure is, right? How much time do you actually have to craft? Now take a look at your stash. So here's what I'm thinking. This is just my thought. I have got a ton of yarn. I mean, I've got a ton, and I'm talking not a literal ton, obviously, but I know I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 space bags, plus all of that is acrylic. Okay. I hardly use acrylic. The only acrylic that I use. Hi, Becky. There you go. Perfect. There's no way I can use it all. There is no way on God's green earth, even if I spent every day just using acrylic yarn, I would never be able to use it. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be upfront. I have not entered a giveaway in a long time. And you want to know the reason why? Because I don't need any more yarn. Hey, Donna, how are you, girlfriend? I'm glad you caught me this time. So, yeah. So let's go back to the beginning, shall we? How does the stuff come in? How do we acquire things? How do we categorize it? Is it stuff that we love or stuff that we just have? I know, I don't even want to take the chance to win, Samantha. I know. And it's sad. I love watching the giveaways, you know, because I love the excitement of when people get the yarn. But I would feel so guilty, guys. I would feel at this point with all this stuff that I've got, I would feel so guilty if I won something and I didn't use it, or I didn't want it, or I didn't need it. I feel very conscious about that, I guess I should say. So I have been trying very hard. Now, the only acrylic that I have bought, I showed you in one of my previous videos, the only acrylic yarn that I have been using or that I have bought, excuse me, has been for a Daphne blanket that I wanted to make in specific colors that I knew I didn't even have. So that's the only acrylic I've bought. Hi, Silver Fox. How you doing? Kitty Mom, have need for specific projects, etc. No, I can use for other projects. Okay. So what I'm going to start to do, and I don't know if about you, I'm one of these people. If I go into a yarn store for the very first time, I'm talking like a local yarn store, or even think about going on a website that is just about yarn, and it's the first time you've been there, what is your feeling? Do you feel like overwhelmed? Do you feel like, oh my goodness, there are so many choices? Silver Fox, what a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. What a wonderful thing to do. He says, or she says, I'm giving some yarn to my favorite charity shop along with craft books. I love that. I love that. I saw someone was gifting a book. Was it a book or a pattern book or something like pattern or something like that? And then yarn and a hook and like everything needed to complete a project. That's such an amazing gift for a brand new crocheter. The cost is in the forefront of your mind. Yes, I understand that. What about doing some yarn trades? Yes, wonderful idea, Kim. I think yarn trades would be awesome, you know. Let's see here. You know, another thing I would like to do, I would like to find out. I'd like to go to my local stores. Hi, Crystal. So glad you made it. I would like to go to some of my local like nursing homes and assisted living programs and go in and just ask, okay, is there a need? Is there a need for anything? I mean, no, I'm not going to ask, can I make you guys blankets? That's not what I'm going to ask. I'm asking, is there anybody here that needs, or not needs, is there anybody here that likes to crochet? I remember I walked into hi, Patsy. I walked into an assisted living. I was taking a tour, and there was one lady, and she had a skein of white yarn and a crochet hook in her basket, and she would sit down and she would just knit at the table, and then when she'd get up, she'd put it back in her basket, and she'd walk to a different location. Would be wonderful, wonderful. Excuse me. Oh, Deneen, if you could stop buying hooks. Well, you've got yourself a good start, girlfriend. A good start. Okay, so let's tackle something, practically speaking, okay? So I finished, I'm going to be putting out that video here as soon as I get off here. I'm going to be loading it up. Sometimes it might present itself to you. Exactly, exactly. You might need to get something out of your ear. I did not say that. I did not say that. Yes, don't. Wouldn't that be fun? Put together like a little, oh my goodness, I just thought of something. Make a little basket, okay, out of, just use up some acrylic, okay? Put together a couple balls of yarn or hanks or skeins of yarn. Put a crochet hook in it, maybe a very easy pattern or something, and package it up. Maybe put some chocolates in it, or maybe some nice lotion for your hands, and give it as a gift. How amazing would that be? Or, excuse me, write down onto a piece of paper or a pretty little card or something like that. Put a couple channels that have great tutorials for, hi Edna, have great tutorials for very beginners how to do crochet. If you have the finances, hi David, if you have the finances, get one of those how-to crochet books. They're little pamphlet books, how to crochet, and put together a nice little gift basket. How fun would that be? That would be so nice. And little by little, you'd be giving your stash away. That would be great. Okay, so here's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to show you what I'm going to start doing. So here is a top that I want to make, and it's called the Key Largo top. And I wish I could have a better picture of it. It's a dark picture. You can't really see it, but it's kind of like all lacy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to shop my stash first. So it says I need 423 yards of, no, I need more than that. Okay, I need, for my size, I need 950 yards of a fingering weight, fine superwash Highland wool. Okay, that is nice. Okay, I'm going to be shopping my stash first. If I don't have enough of one yarn to make this top, I might look for two separate yarns, same, similar, very close to the same fabric or fiber content, same fingering weight, complementary colors, and do it. I'm sorry, Lori. I don't know what's going on with that. I am very, very sorry. Things have not been working out for me on YouTube today. No, it has not been a very nice thing for me today. But that's what I'm going to do from now on. Because this is what I've done in the past. I find a beautiful pattern I want to make. I don't have enough yarn. So guess what Petra does? Petra gets online and she orders more. She orders a bunch to make that top. And guess what? I still have leftover. I have plenty. I order way more than I need. Now what am I going to do with it? It sits. That's what happens. Hi, Sparkles, Hope Chest. Yeah, just roll with it. If you have a space that you are unhappy with, if you are trying to figure out how to A book that, okay. Sylvia asked, picture, I want to learn how to make sweaters and tops. Do you know of a book to crochet that's an easy crocheting? I do. And I can give you, I'm going to tell you this, Sylvia. Go to Bag of Days tutorial of not the last top she did, but the top before. I will have to look up the number that she did, but it is amazing. She explains how to do a top down sweater. And she does a great job. I will try to look that up for you. So no more buying. Petra's not buying any more acrylic. I'm using what I've got. And you're absolutely right, Becky. And I'm going to, I've been donating my yarn. No, I shouldn't say donating. I've been gifting my yarn to several others in the yarn community, but I still have tons of yarn. And I wish I had the space to keep it all because it does make me happy. However, I need to get real and I need to figure out what it is I want. Do I want to just sit in here and be happy and have all this yarn, or do I want to use it? And if I use it, how am I going to use it? What am I going to make with it? What makes sense? And am I bringing in the tools I need to make those things, right? Oh, excuse me, that was very loud. I apologize. What are some of your guys' thoughts on the things that we talked about today? About having yarn in your stash. What are you going to try to get rid of, if anything? Okay, I have a book. In fact, it's right here. It's a book. It's called Top Down Crochet Sweaters. I just pulled this out, honey. I just pulled this book out and I'm looking at it, and it's very easy to understand. So it's called Top Down Crochet Sweaters by Dora Orenstein. There's the name of the author, Dora Orenstein, and it's called Top Down Crochet Sweaters. David, I'm sorry, what the two choices I mentioned are mutually exclusive. Which two choices, hon, are you talking about? Let me review just real quick. I think so, Lori. I think so. I know it doesn't say top down in the title. So, okay. So in adjusting our strategy to collect yarn, we need to come to the mindset of how we bring it in to begin with. Okay. So the first thing we do is figure out how it comes into our stash to begin with. Do we bring it in out of loyalty to a particular dyer or a fabric company, not a fabric company, a local yarn store? Number two, do we do it out of practicality? Because, you know, we bring it in because we need to make a certain project with it. And we know it's going to be next on our to make list and we need to make sure we have the yarn for it. Or is it because the economy of the yarn, that it's just, we want to have it all. It's a great price. Bring it in. I know I'll try to use it sometime. Oh, no. I'm saying we need to enjoy the yarn you have, use it. If you have the space to have it, by all means, keep it. That's fine. But if you don't have the space, we need to figure out how to determine what we really want and what we really need so that we can get rid of the stuff that we don't love and we don't like working with it. The fear of missing out. Oh, you got that fear. Yeah, we can't have that fear. Now, remember, okay, for those of you that weren't here, remember I said at the beginning, it's a matter of being enslaved. Does your yarn own you, or do you own the yarn? Do you get, is the yarn in your room, in your space, and you just feel like, I need it, I've got to have it, I need it there just in case? Or do you say, I can decide, I can choose, I want that, I want that, I don't want that, I don't need that, so I'm not going to get it. Even if it's only $1, I don't need it. Now, I will say, if you see something that says it's $1, you know you don't need it, but you know somebody who does, and you are buying it intending to give it to that person. Yeah, that's great. That's great. But I'm just saying, well, you would think so, David, but many people do not, which is very, very sad. And then it gets stacked up on their floor in bags, or they buy another tote to put it in, right? Okay, Sparkle, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Kitty Mom. Actually, Kitty Mom, I'm going to make you a mod so you can post that again, okay? Hold on just a minute. I made you a mod so you can post that link again, okay? Yeah, I think it was the 19th. That's exactly right. I think it was the 19th. Oh, Lori, don't get me started. Yeah. Yep. See, and that's the thing. I want to do a cowl right now. Anya from Ophelia Talks has a cowl that I so want to get into. But I know if I buy that pack of yarn, that it's just going to be more acrylic on my shelf. And I will be so involved with that project that everything else that I've got around me falls to the background again. And Liz, you know what? Here's the thing. If you say, I don't want to buy, I'm not going to buy any yarn, I don't, it's like going on a diet. If you tell yourself, I'm not eating any more chocolate for the rest of my life, well, guess what? That thing is going to kick in after a week and a half, and you're going to go, I have got to have chocolate, right? So just moderate. If, say, you see a yarn and you really love it, right? And you love that particular yarn, and you've got the most beautiful thing that you say you want to make your granddaughter a beautiful little dress with that yarn, and it's going to be a beautiful dress. Get it. If you know you don't have it in your home and you want to make a dress out of that, don't say, well, I know I can find something at home. If you feel so compelled to get a certain thing, to make something specific, just get that particular thing, make that beautiful dress for your granddaughter. That's something that you will hold in your heart very, very proudly. I'm just saying, like for me, for example, if I'm going through all my patterns and I say, oh, I like that pattern, See, in a way, I'm almost liking the fact that they're not in color, so I don't know the color, right? So that I can say, okay, I like that pattern, but I think I might have something in my stash to make that. That's different than being in a beautiful yarn store, whether it's Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's, or even in a local yarn store and seeing something and going, oh my word, that is the most beautiful. And I'm going to show you one, for example. What did I do with it? I bought this yarn over a month ago. This is Juniper Moon Farm Findley Dappled Extra Fine Merino and Mulberry Silk yarn. It is the most, it looks like a flower garden, and it's just lovely. I haven't done anything with it, even though I got it in the store and I thought that is going to make a beautiful shawl. It's beautiful. And using using a large hook, even if it's a Tunisian or, you know, whatever it is, I could make that a beautiful lacy shawl out of that. It would be gorgeous. I just haven't done it yet. And I'm thinking now, should I have even bought it? I mean, I loved it. I had something in mind for it, but I didn't do anything with it. It's just, you know, it's just me, I guess. Lori, that is a great idea. Great, great, great idea. Lori, I love that idea. Stop going to the clearance and buying just because it's on sale. Yes, absolutely. You know, if you have the finances and if you have the room to put it and you want to do it for some reason, just go. Just go. Kim, I am suffering from allergies. I take the pill. I do all the stuff. But on top of that, when I talk a lot, like an hour or more in a row, I lose my voice. If I go to a concert or anything like that, I can't speak. It leaves. And I love going into Hobby Lobby, but I have come to the realization that I don't need to go into Hobby Lobby unless there's something specific. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate that. You've been deleting emails without reading them. Deneen, are you talking about you know, advertisements from different companies and stuff? Yeah, me too. Oh, that's so cool, Lori. Good for you. Oh, I'm proud of you, honey. Yeah, I went and I bought some clearance stuff. I'm going to be putting together a giveaway, and I haven't decided yet what that giveaway is going to be. The blanket I'm doing, are you talking about the Daphne blanket, Patsy? Okay, I need to write this down. Okay, so the link for Daphne. Hey, Charlene, how are you? What else was I supposed to do? Oh, yeah. Crystalline email. Post. Sylvia, if you're still there, were you able to get the link for the sweater, and were you able to look up the book that I showed you? Susan, no, I can't. It's been getting bad. Today was not a good day. Oh, that is nice. Okay, very good. Sylvia says, thank you very much. You changed my mind about all the yarn. I'm going to donate it to my local convalescent home. Thank you again. Yes, wonderful. It is part of a genetic makeup. Yes, I think it really is. And I think it plays more heavily on certain people. I honestly do. I think a lot of it is psychology. I so believe it is something in the brain, in the wiring. I think people with creative minds, they need to have, I have a theory. There are two different kinds of people. Some that need to have very minimalist kind of environments in order to work and be creative. Others need all of the stuffs around us, right? And I find that when I spend time in here looking at just this part of my stash, I feel calm. I feel good. I feel inspired. Hi, Nancy. How are you? But when I look over here on this stack of all my acrylics, I feel cluttered. I feel chaos. I feel frustrated. And I know I I know that that does not appeal to many people, because I know there are so many people who cannot afford this stuff but can afford the acrylics. And I'm not downplaying anybody. Please do not get me wrong when I say there's nothing wrong with acrylics, and there's nothing wrong with being able to afford the acrylics. That it has nothing to do with that. I know, Lori, that's the same way. I don't. And you know what? Though that flash drive that she has is expensive. Oh my word! I got on there to look at that the other day. I think, okay, I just want the flash drive. How much is that, baby? Oh my word! What is it like? Well, when I looked at it, I think it was $150. I think. Now, don't get me wrong, that is an excellent price, because that would be like, what, 50 cents for each pattern? But yeah, that's, that's a lot of money. Okay, and I'm still looking for the book. Okay, very good. Oh, well, then she must have brought it down. That's good. The price is only $65 now. Okay, so please understand, please don't go away from say that I'm telling you acrylics is bad and other stuff is good. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. I have my preferences in acrylic. I know I like certain acrylics, and I have a lot. I have way too much. I bought way too much, only because it was this, I gotta have it all. I don't want to miss out, right? Yes, I feel the same way, Lori. I gotta have it so I can see it. And here's my problem, is that I normally don't work here. That's okay, Debbie. I usually don't work here looking at my yarn. If I'm sitting here at my desk and I don't have my computer on like this, I see my bed. I don't see my yarn. Or most of the time, I am out there I take a bin with me or a little bucket thing and take it out and sit in front of the TV and crochet. So I don't see all this prettiness. Okay, I love my, Nancy says, I left my stash when I was younger and had very few shackles. I could not afford very much yarn. Now I appreciate my stash and I give several bags of yarn to the ladies at my local church. Yes. In fact, that is another good point. A couple videos ago, I pointed out my dad had gotten a lap blanket from the ladies from his church, and and it had a little label on it that there was an actual knitting ministry. So I want to call around to the local churches to find out, because there's a lot of people who are going to these crochet circles or knitting circles or whatever, and maybe they don't have the finances. Maybe they're just older ladies who like to come to the church and have the yarn. Oh, I know, Scraptastic Yarns. Jane from Scraptastic Yarns, and I don't think she does it anymore because of COVID. But didn't she say at one point that they had a yarn, that she would take bags of yarn and donate it to the ministry because people would make lap blankets and shawls, prayer shawls. Okay. Sylvia, there's a link that Erica posted just now, a link to the Google search for that book. Thank you so much, Erica. Appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions for me before? Oh, I did not hear. Did anybody say, who was it that was asking for the blanket, the link for the blanket? Who was asking for that? I love this. I'm going to keep this out, guys, and I'm going to actually do something with it. I have to do something with it now. Oh, Patsy, it's not a cold, honey. It's allergies, and it's allergies. It's very, very bad right here. Oh, Lori, see, that is a wonderful idea. That's wonderful. Oh, Charlene, thank you so much. Let me encourage you, if you're just popping on, if you want to go back and watch from like the 15-minute mark, after the 15-minute, I start talking about why we bring stuff in and how we look, how we view yarn, and maybe it will help with your purchasing of the yarn. Patsy, were you asking about the blanket? The Daphne blanket is on TL Yarn Crafts, and it is, she doesn't call it a Daphne blanket, I don't believe. I think she just calls it a baby blanket. And Charlene, I don't have tutorials. There's a reason why, is because I'm just a terrible person at doing tutorials. But I have a lot on my channel. If you go back, I think I have some it on my podcast, and that's another. I'm so bad at putting playlists together. You're calling me out, Charlene. I'm sorry, your first time here, and I'm like stumped. Let me tell you, sometime this week, I will probably be doing this. I might even do it today if my voice holds out. I got out all of my summer tops, okay, the summer tops that I had made last year and the years before. And what I plan on doing is trying to find the pattern where I did it, or where I found it, and show you the actual thing where I found it, and let you guys kind of go from there. Okay, put the link up instead of me doing a tutorial. I'm not very good at tutorials. This is my latest design. I made this last week. I finished it last week, I should say. And I designed it with these sleeves, and I just am in love with this. I call it my seaside cardi. And I will at some point put together a short video explaining what I did here. And if there's any links to any channels to show like segments of this, like anybody who does this part right here, I will certainly show you or write it down in the description box. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Wanda, that's great. That's a great idea. Yes. You inherited a bunch of stuff from mom, need to figure out what types of thing she didn't want to pick up. Oh, yeah. You know, I know that when my mom goes, her stuff is going to be stuff crystal. She's got so much crystal and so much, you know, bric-a-brac, you know, and I love all that stuff, but not in my house. It's not practical. What do you do with stuff like that? It's called Quivet, and I believe it's a second down from females and young musk-ox from a previous. I need to make the seaside. Yes, Samantha, I will try to do this for sure. Okay, earlier we were talking about fibers and which is the most expensive fiber. Musk-ox is called Quivet. And the second down from a female and young musk-ox, we were making fun because we were saying, can you imagine going to musk-ox and saying, okay, lay down here, fella, let me grab some of your undercoating. Okay, guys, if there's nothing else, I've got to go probably make some lemon water, warm lemon water or something for my throat. Drinking is, and lemon will clear up, I mean, the hot water will clear up my, and it will start running, and I don't need to be on a video for that. Oh, that would be so pretty. I have heard, and now I don't know if I mentioned this before, but there it was an article about a lady whose uncle died, and she the wife of the uncle. Hi, Shannon. The wife of the uncle felt really, really badly because, you know, she lost her spouse of so many years. And so she took a sweater that her uncle would wear and disassembled it and is going to make a shawl for her aunt so her aunt could be wrapped, or, you know, have a shawl to wrap around. That is such a wonderful way to recycle something. Isn't that beautiful? I love that story. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Charlene, thank you so much for joining me for the first time. I hope you enjoyed your time with me today, and I hope you come back again. Hopefully my voice will be a little bit stronger next time. Um, yes, Samantha, it's a lovely story, right? I hope you guys have a great day, rest of your day, wherever you are. And we'll talk to you again real soon, okay? Bye.